Excuse me? Oh, no. Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome to what is supposed to be a quick review of Physicians Formula new lash extensions mascara system, but this little guy doesn't want me to film, so I figure I might as well introduce him to you. This is new puppy Dallas. Andrew and I adopted him. He's a Dachshund mix. We don't know what he's mixed with because he was a stray supposedly, but he is super precious. He's about 4 months old, and so meet new puppy Dallas. Now mommy's gotta film. We got to. Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick review of a brand new Physicians Formula mascara duo. It is their Eye Booster Instant Lash Extension Kit, and it's really similar to something that a lot of higher end brands are trying to do right now, so I really wanted to give you my thoughts, a demo, review, all that kind of stuff. If you want to see that, let's get into it. So for starters, this retails for $14.99. I purchased it from Ulta's website actually because I couldn't find it in stores fast enough, and when it came I got a $7 rebate, as you can see here. So in the event that it happens for you, and you can find these in stores, it just depends on the store, your location, any of that kind of stuff, you can find them, and when you do, that pretty much cuts the price in half, which is a great deal whether or not you love it or just wanting to try it. So just a heads up, you might find a coupon on yours, which makes it a fantastic deal. And the premise behind this duo is that it's supposedly supposed to provide you with brush-on lashes. You can see it is a two-parter here. One is an everyday run-of-the-mill mascara. You can see the wand has what are fibers instead of kind of rubberized bristles. They're fibers, but it's in this sort of curved shape, which I personally really find is great for getting that natural flick to the outer portion of your lashes. The formula here is right smack dab in between thin and thick, so it's not so thick that it's going to clump up, which is great because you also have this second part, which is loose fibers to add on top of it. It would clump up way fast if it were a thicker formula, but it's not completely watery. I personally really like this formula worn alone. I think you'll be able to see from the before and after using just the mascara. It provides a lot of definition, and this is in the shade Deep Black, so you are going to get that definition naturally with the shade, but it provides a lot of nice definition, some good separation, and even some volume and natural curl in there, which is fantastic. The second part of this two-part, well, technically three-part mascara, but it's a two-part, three-step process after the mascara. This is sort of your priming point where you're priming your lashes and you're creating a sticky base for what are loose fibers. Now these are black. I specify because the only other duo that I've tried like this is the Too Faced Better Than False Lashes duo, and these fibers are white. Now when I initially tried these a few years back, I really didn't think much of the fact that they were white. They were very easily covered by the mascara, so they didn't stand out as being white fibers on my eyes. It didn't play a major role into my feelings about this mascara. These black fibers are a different story altogether. You apply these over the wet mascara, and there really is no right way, there is no way period to get the orientation so that they align with your lashes. You really are just applying these to build length primarily because these are supposed to imitate extensions, but what I find they do is they build volume. Either way, when you apply them, they get everywhere. You can see when I apply them here, especially for some reason my left eye and not so much my right. It might be the direction I'm placing the wand. Either way, they get everywhere, especially in your under eye area naturally. So if you have applied foundation, concealer, anything that maintains any sort of tacky texture, it's going to cling to it and stick to it all day. There is kind of no covering these things up because they are black, so when you try and brush it away, wipe it away with your foundation brush or cover it with your foundation, it just gets caked in that much more and you'll spot them in your foundation all day. So tip number one with this set is to apply these, both of these, before you do your base, your foundation, your concealer, all that kind of stuff. Once these fibers are added, they say to go back in with this mascara, and that kind of sets everything in place. They also say that you can go back in and repeat this pretty much however much you want. I am currently wearing 2 iterations of that. So I went mascara, fibers, mascara, fibers, and then sealed it with a final coat of mascara to get the lashes you see today. And I have to say, despite being a duo that's supposed to give you extension-like lashes, I think they provide more volume than anything. Of course, there are some fibers that will provide some additional length on the end of your lashes, but like I said before, there's really no way to guarantee or perfect the application of the fibers because they are so messy and they kind of get everywhere. You kind of brush them on and hope for the best, and then with the final coat of mascara, you can kind of work through your lashes, but at that point it started to dry already, and so it's hard to get any sort of separation, number one, but two, kind of that guaranteed length that you would hope lashes with extensions would have. I find it is more helpful with volumizing, which personally I don't mind. I love a good volumizing mascara, but for those separation buffs out there when it comes to your mascara, this might be your worst nightmare. And for those looking for lengthened lashes, you'll find it, but maybe not to the point where it looks like extensions. Now let's talk lasting power. This duo also makes the claim that it will provide 24-hour wear. I personally found that to be pretty true. It dries down nice and dry. It doesn't run in my under eye area, even if I accidentally leave my concealer left unset for the day, like I didn't put any powder over it, anything like that. I don't find that I have these kind of black splotches in my under eye area. It hasn't run, it hasn't flaked. Even though you do have a high potential for flake, I feel, with all these individual fibers, none of that. This is really a nice, steadfast formula. The only thing, like I said, I would be cautious of going into this is the fact that I think you get more volume than anything out of this formula. Now I want to talk really briefly about how it compares to the Too Faced Better Than False Lashes formula, because it is the only other one I've tried. I haven't tried the Unique formula, so I can't really speak to it. But as far as it compares here, naturally the first thing I want to talk about are the white fibers versus the black fibers. These you can't see over makeup. It's super clean application, but this fiber wand is a little more cumbersome. You can see, I'll do a close-up between the two. The Physicians formula is a little smaller. It packs on the fibers a little bit more so than the Too Faced, but I do find that the smaller size makes it easier to get around my lashes. Then when it comes to actual mascara, here's a comparison of the two wands from Physicians formula and Too Faced. I personally really like the Physicians formula and wand, what it does for my lashes, better. I could wear this Physicians formula mascara by itself. In fact, I have worn it by itself and I really like it as a mascara worn alone. And the other thing I want to mention is that as you slowly start to layer these and you wear this mascara more and more, the fibers are going to get in this mascara, which does mean it might compromise the formula a little bit faster than it would any other normal mascara formula. But in the meantime, what I find happens is that I can run through my lashes using just this mascara and I get that natural extensions or volumizing and extensions effect, essentially, without having to do the two parts. Because let's be honest, in the mornings when you're in a mad dash out the door, I'm not going to be worrying about extensions. I just need to get my mascara on and get out the door. And this is kind of a 2-for-1 after you've used it for a while, since those fibers are going to naturally get in this formula, which is kind of nice. But I digress. Between the two formulas, I like the Physicians formula brush better and the formula itself better for what it does to my lashes without the fibers themselves. So in general, I would have to say if you're interested in trying any of the extensions formulas out there, the Physicians formula is as good as any, and especially if you can find it with that rebate, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it is an absolute steal. It's like $7 for the mascara, the extensions, and so I definitely recommend you go check it out if you've been looking to try some of these sort of extension type formulas. So that's it from me. I feel like this was definitely more on the long-winded side, but there was a lot of ground to cover here. I really hope this review was useful for you guys. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.